Hi, I'm Gordon.
And I'm Tash.
And if you're thinking of choosing A-Class as your builders for your home or whatever project you have on the go, then we're happy to give a testimonial for them, which is exactly how we found A-Class. During an internet search for my mother-in-law's and your mom's granny flat, which we're standing in now.
Yep. The kitchen.
There. Welcome to the kitchen. And what really struck me as I was doing the initial search for the company, and showed Tash as well, and she felt the same way about it, was the personable style and tone of the testimonials. You really got a sense that the people who had worked with A-Class were not only enjoying the experience, but everything that they had planned and worked out together had definitely gone according to plan, which I think is an important thing to happen when you're undertaking an important project like this.
And when you reach out to make contact, I think being even just have a phone call back or an email back, but just that personable, how do you say it? Being so personable was a big draw. So once we made contact, we were able to have a meeting, and it was just, you just felt really comfortable and ready to go.
And I think a large part of that obviously has to go to the A-Class staff, including Scott and Rob. You were never dealing with phones, you were always dealing with both of them in person, as well as their staff. Everyone was extremely patient, willing to answer all of our questions as they came up along the way.
But everyone was really, really nice and also highly professional, and took care with great detail on everything, no matter if it was the people doing the floors or the electrics or the plumbing or the painting, whatever it was, people did it to their highest level of quality. And chatting to some people that we know in Wollongong, we're new to Wollongong, but we've managed to meet a few people. They're like, oh yeah, this person, this we know this tradie, they only work for A-Class because of the way they're treated, and that just goes on to the clients as well. The people that work for them are so kind and nice. In fact, we're kind of sad the build's over because they're really lovely.
I was fortunate to be around for a large portion of the build, and what impressed me very much about the crew was that you could tell it wasn't just important to us and to Hannah, it was important to them. Their attention to detail and the way they fussed over every aspect of the job was a real pleasure to be a part of and to watch and to work alongside of. So we're really fortunate. We felt like it was their project, not only ours. And
Mum, being the client, she always felt really listened to, and any ideas she had, she would just note them down or communicate them or speak about them the next day or whenever was the next moment to talk about it, and they would listen carefully. Whoever it was, whether it was Rob and Scott or if it was a tradie, they would just listen and then try and make whatever she needed to happen. So if there was a problem or something didn't fit, or it was, which is going to happen in a build, they were willing to listen. They were willing to come up with a solution that she was happy with, and if they came up with a solution, there was always a rethink if she wanted something a bit different, and that was no problem at all. She was always made to feel good during that whole process, and the results were always fantastic. She was always very, very pleased with the outcome.
But I think that's the whole point. It's not just about product and process, which they clearly know their industry. It was about the people for this build, which I'm really pleased that we selected A-Class.
Well, if you're going to have people in your backyard, quite literally for a series of months or however long it takes for whatever you're going to do, you really want to be able to enjoy that whole process, and it was always very pleasant and professional.
And to feel out all the questions that arise and everything that comes up, to feel that you're cared for and that you've got somebody who's competent and confident and is going to guide you through the process.
Yeah, so we can definitely recommend them, not only with the quality of work that they do, but also the care that they take and how they treat you is outstanding. In fact, talking to anybody else going through something similar, you always are hearing really not great responses, and they're frustrated and they're always waiting and lacking answers and solutions, whereas we do a double take when we listen to that, because that just not been at the experience.
That wasn't our experience at all. No.
Our experience has been very positive, timely, in fact really enjoyable.
And they promised me a t-shirt.
I want one too. Thanks and
Anyways,
bye.
thanks for your time.